I don't want to say I don't have a budget for New York. I don't know. If I like something, I'm not going to stop myself from getting it. I feel like I've worked really, really hard over the summer and over the last few months. It's good to treat yourself when you know you've done a really good job. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing my October Money Diaries series. If you are new to my channel, my name is Raisa. I talk all things personal finances and my small business. So if you're into that, make sure you're subscribed down below. We are already in October, so apologies for this being late, but I will make sure to edit it as soon as possible. I didn't want to miss this month because I feel like we have some things to talk about. So if you are new to my channel and you don't know what this series is all about, it's essentially us looking back into the previous month to see how we did with the budget that we set, and then also looking ahead into the upcoming month of October. So without further ado, let's get into it. I wish I filmed this a little bit earlier because I feel like now that we're already in October, my mindset is just within this month, and I almost forgot about what happened in September. So it's good that we're doing this, but I may have to refer back to a few things if I don't remember. But I feel like September was a good month. A lot of it was preparing for this New York trip, and also at the end of September, there were a lot of things that were going on. If you follow me on Instagram or if you follow my small business on Instagram, you would know that we hosted our first event in my office space, and then we also did a photo shoot with Zoe Pritchard, who is a creator here on YouTube. I will link her channel down below if you don't already know her. Even the last couple days have been kind of a whirlwind. We shot a campaign with Alyssa Lenore, who is also a creator here on YouTube. I'll have her channel down below. But all of these are for my small business, which is The Line. The Line is a stationary e-commerce business that I started back in 2020. It's just been so surreal that I was able to shoot with these two creators. They are amazing people, and I'm honestly on a cloud right now. This is post photo shoot with Alyssa, and I have a couple more days here in New York, and honestly it hasn't really sunk in that we even did that shoot with her, but I'm sure it will. But anyway, enough about that. I will have a separate video all about my New York trip if you guys are interested. Today, I want to talk about how we did with our budget for September. So let's get into my income, my savings, my bills, as well as my variable expenses. So as always, I've got my trusty budget tracker here. This is a tracker that I sell on The Line's website. It tracks your income, investments, savings, your bills, as well as your variable expenses. I've been using this for many years now, and it's honestly kept me in check in terms of my finances. But let's talk about my income. So some of you know I do have a corporate job as well as a side hustle. My corporate job does pay me around $3,000 bi-weekly. This is post-tax money, and in total for the month of September, I got paid $6,108.08. And then YouTube also pays me a little bit of AdSense. This is not anything crazy, but this month I did get paid $160.68. I created a whole series all about my business diaries and business related things and finances, so I will have that link down below. So anything to do with my business won't be in this personal finances money video, just because I want to keep my finances for my business and my personal separate. I got some comments in my previous video asking about if I pay my business expenses from my personal account, and I don't do that. I just add it to the spreadsheet because it helps me keep track of everything. But I don't want to confuse you guys. I don't use my business money to pay for personal expenses or vice versa. So from now on, I will start to split out my personal finances and my business finances, and they'll be in two separate videos. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. Next is my savings. I always put down $100 into my emergency fund. My emergency fund has been depleted. I don't think I updated you guys just yet on this, but I used to have a fully funded emergency fund of $10,000, and I needed to pay for a few things for my business. And I know it's technically not an emergency, but I needed money immediately, and I haven't refilled it yet. So I think I took out like $8,000. I still need to do my net worth video. I know I promised that to you guys last month, and I haven't done it yet. It's just been so busy, but I will do that net worth video before the end of this year. So keep an eye out for that. And I'm sorry I haven't done it yet. I know some people have been asking me about that. And from that video, you will see how much is in my emergency fund. I think right now it's just hovering under $3,000 and I need to refill it back up. Okay, we went off on a tangent. Now let's talk about my investments. So I always put down $300 bi-weekly into my TFSA account, which is held under Wealthsimple. I really like Wealthsimple. I feel like they really do make investing really easy. So if you are looking for a platform to start investing on, I definitely think Wealth Simple is a great one to try out. So I invested $600 last month into my tax-free savings account. And then we get into my personal bill payments. These are fixed expenses that I know are always going to come. Think of your mortgage, your rent, your car payment, any subscriptions that you might have. I'll put mine over here and you guys can pause the video if you want to take a deeper look, but these have stayed the same. I remember last month I was talking about YouTube Premium and taking out Apple TV and changing it to YouTube Premium. Someone in the comments was like, why don't you just save that money? And I was like, yeah, I feel like that's probably the smart thing to do. But I was on the YouTube Premium free trial for 30 days. I kind of expected this to happen, but it's just so luxurious. I don't even know if that's the word, but it's just so nice to not have ads. Like sometimes I would still play a video and walk away because I know that there would be an ad coming, but the video just plays right away and I'm like, oh, I don't actually have time to walk away from this because there's no ads in front of any videos that I watch starting now. And it just feels so nice and luxurious. Totally not necessary, obviously, and it's so dependent on the person, but I do think I'm going to keep YouTube Premium. Personally, I do think it's worth it because I do watch a lot of YouTube, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. I think it's like $12.99. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below if you think that's worth it or not. But otherwise, all of my personal bill payments are staying the same and nothing has changed. And then we get into my expenses. So these are my variable expenses. Think of like what your hobbies are, how you like to spend your money in other ways like shopping, getting groceries, dining out, getting coffee, like those types of categories will fall into this bucket. It looks like I'm over by $500 and most of that is because I went over my gifts budget. The reason why I'm over by $435 is because it is my dad's birthday this month and we bought his gift last month, like in September. I was unsure if I was going to get this gift, and I can say it now because I already purchased the tickets, but because we are going to be in New York and my parents are actually flying in very soon, my family and I decided to surprise my dad to a Yankees game. He's never been to a Yankees game before and I think it's on his bucket list. He is a big baseball fan, which makes me a really big baseball fan, and I just thought it would be really special to take him to a game. It's actually also their first playoff game, and I don't know, I think just the energy is going to be so much fun and I hope he loves it. So the reason why my gifts budget is so high is because we got tickets for him to that game. And then I also went over my shopping budget a little bit. I spent $231 last month. If you haven't seen my what I spend in a day video, I will link it over here. That is when I bought that Uniqlo cashmere sweater, and honestly worth every penny. I brought it with me here actually and I wear it all the time. I got the gray cashmere sweater and it's just now a wardrobe staple, so no regrets getting that. That's about it. I feel like I stuck to my budget pretty well in terms of dining out and groceries. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with my September spending. I do think that I spent a lot of money for my business expenses because, as I mentioned, we did do a lot of events and a lot of photo shoots for my small business, but I will save that for another video to talk about that if you guys are curious. And now we turn the page into October. October is, as I mentioned, already here. It is October 4th that I'm filming this. Hopefully I can get this to you guys out this weekend. I think my biggest expense is going to be this New York trip. I just filmed a haul of what I bought here in New York and I'm not sure which video will go up first, so you guys will see what I purchased either before this or after this. I don't want to say I don't have a budget for New York. I don't know. If I like something, I'm not going to stop myself from getting it. I feel like I've worked really, really hard over the summer and over the last few months to make these collaborations happen, and I've just been very proud of how well it's been going. I'm just so proud of how far I've taken the line. I don't know, sometimes it's good to treat yourself when you know you've done a really good job. Yeah, I don't know, I'm like not forcing anything and I'm also not like, oh, I need to buy a bunch of things. I did make my October budget, so we can look into that. So October is a 2 paycheck month for my 9-to-5 job. I am expecting around $6,000 in total. And then for YouTube, I'm expecting $100 for a total of $6,100 for my income. And then for my emergency fund, as always, I put down $100 bi-weekly. And then for my investments, I like to put down $300 bi-weekly as well for a total of $600. I think that having these come out automatically automatically is a really good idea because I kind of don't even think about that money anymore. Like that money doesn't belong to me, it belongs to future me, and it's the best thing that I ever did, automating those contributions into my TFSA as well as my emergency fund. And then for my personal bill payments, again, nothing here has changed. My YouTube premium will start to come out this month. So now I'll have to start paying for YouTube premium, which is $12.99 as I mentioned, and no regrets. I love YouTube premium. I can't believe it took me this long to get it, but here we are. And then lastly, for my variable expenses, I don't have a New York budget, but I'm not gonna go too crazy. But otherwise, everything here remains the same because nothing else, I don't think I'm planning on doing anything else back home. I think it'll be pretty status quo. So none of the numbers for my variable expense budget have changed all that much. So that is my budget for October. I'm sorry if this video felt a little bit rushed. I am expecting my parents to fly in soon, so I need to go get ready to meet them. But otherwise, I hope to have a regular Money Diaries video for you guys next month. I just happen to be out of town and I haven't filmed mine yet, and I want to make sure that it gets out to you guys before it gets too late into the month. I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know if you have any questions down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.